24-hour News 8's Dan Bewley live outside of St. Mary's tonight with this developing story.
A hospital spokeswoman confirmed with us just a few hours ago that bottled water has been used and is still being used here at the main hospital building at St. Mary's, as well as at the Lax Cancer Center. It's been used for at least the last 6 days. Now, according to the spokeswoman, this came after a regular infection control testing found contaminated water in one area of the hospital. St. Mary's, however, is not releasing which area of the hospital that had the contaminated water. After the initial discovery 3 or 4 weeks ago, the hospital contacted the Kent County Health Department and the Centers for Disease Control. Additional testing found the water in that area was contaminated with Legionella bacteria, the bacteria that causes Legionnaire's disease. Because of the contamination, the hospital is now using bottled water to drink and having patients take sponge baths instead of showers. Now, the hospital spokeswoman declined to talk to us on camera, but released this statement a short time ago. It says, "We are confident that we have the situation under control. We have followed all CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of our patients and staff. The only difference patients, staff, and visitors will see at St. Mary's are restrictions in water use in some areas of our campus. We anticipate that we will lift most restrictions within a few days." And St. Mary's says the drinking water, the ice machines, and the coffee makers are not affected because the bacteria is killed at temperatures below 65 degrees and above 140 degrees. But we went online to find out some more information about Legionella as well as Legionnaire's disease, and one thing we learned is that patients in hospitals are especially at risk. And you can find that information and more under news links at woodtv.com. Of course, we will continue to follow this story here at St. Mary's throughout the night and into tomorrow. We'll have the latest information as it develops, both on air and online. Live in Grand Rapids, Dan Bewley, 24-hour News 8. Back from the filling station, Howard Steffi is carrying the one thing that's kept his home livable: gas for the generator.
This will be the second fill up on it.
That's close to 12 gallons of fuel guzzled by this generator since Thursday.
We've been shutting it off at night, roughly, quiet time.
You'll find the same story across this Kalamazoo neighborhood, where Consumers Energy reports 1,000 homes started the day without power. At the Eastwood Plaza, signs on the doors tell the story. No power. All the businesses locked and closed. Most of the homes are around the Steffis. Alvin Davis has lost more than $150 in groceries.
It happens, but that's the weather for you.
Inside the Steffis, power cords from the generator snake across the kitchen floor. Nancy didn't even want to show us what the fridge looked like with everything ruined. The only thing that kept her in touch with the world, she says, was a little battery-powered radio.
And it only got channel 8, I'm telling you. I'm not kidding. It's the only channel it would come in good in this one.
90 miles away, residents in Muskegon County had their own power outage surprise to deal with.
I was reading a book, and all of a sudden my radio went off. So I thought, well, maybe I didn't pay my bill.
That was 2:45 this afternoon. 2,000 homes went dark when Consumers Energy said a crossbar that had been weakened by Friday's storm fell on a transformer. The good news, power was restored 5 hours later.
We were fortunate that today, when ours went out, it was nice out. We could just hang out in the backyard.
And there's good news in the Steffi's Kalamazoo neighborhood.
The power just came back on.
Modern convenience restored.
Thank goodness. Camp showers aren't fun. They're not fun at all. And that ice cold water definitely will wake you up in the morning before work.
It all happened so quick you really don't know what to think or couldn't move.
3 days gone and the emotions still fresh. Josh Costa was with his two sisters and visiting his grandmother Friday when the F3 tornado, packing 140-mile-an-hour winds, came rushing through.
It sounded like everything just exploded. That's when the house went down.
The four were huddled in the bathtub when the ceiling disappeared.
And I looked up and I could see blue sky, and all I could think of was crap.
Sandy Jesse's home is nothing but a shell. The only joy now is finding family photos.
Yes, I was ready to hug them when they came out with photo albums, believe me.
The same story repeated 29 times in this part of Eaton County. 12 homes on Vermontville Highway and Auto Road destroyed. Another 12, the Red Cross says, suffered major damage. Right across the street from Sandy lives Brenda Fout. Her home is still standing, but she still can't live in it.
I'm just trying to take it all in, and I just don't know a whole lot.
Today, Lunch for Brenda came courtesy of the Potterville United Methodist Church, a gathering spot for donations, clothes, food, personal hygiene products. Pastor Becky is accepting it all, but specifically asking for cash donations or gift cards.
They're still assessing their needs, and they don't really know what they need till they go through their homes.
But going through their homes is no easy task. Stacks of rubble holds insulation, 2x4s, and things from everyday life. So Sandy's family moves on best they can, leaning to each other and just thankful the storm only took away homes instead of lives.
Where do we even begin? That's what goes through my mind. If it wasn't for these guys digging and searching and helping, I don't know where we'd be.